So they found the Keeper's village. And unraveled the mystery of the White Wraith. They even managed to see the boy home safe. Truly impressive. However, to learn that it was artificial life...
The Guardian Arkveld scoured the land for a more lucrative energy source. By absorbing the properties of those sources, it was able to achieve a higher state of living.
Unfortunately, after learning predation, it became unable to control its intake of wyvern milk. Intoxicated by the surplus of energy, it descended into madness. These were the findings of the expedition?
Yes, sir. But this report has just come in.
Wyveria's ultimate guardian, Zoshia, awoke from its resting place. It fed off the Dragon Torch, the heart of the Forbidden Lands ecosystem, to evolve itself. And by doing so, threw the weather of the surrounding regions into disarray. Cognizant of the long-term repercussions, Avis Unit made the agonizing decision to put Zoshia to rest. A life-altering end. Just as Alma said, that hunter is something else.
Sir, if I may, why do you think the people of Wyveria created the Guardians? For what purpose would they endanger themselves with monsters like Zoshia?
I dare not dishonor them with conjecture.
The details require finesse, but it seems the door is open to diplomatic overtures between East and West. The Guild, I know, is eager to open communications with the Forbidden Lands.
No. We will hold off. Should that branch be extended, it must be from them. More importantly, this Dragon Torch, was it? Uncontrollable energy, upon which an entire ecosystem depends. They intend to continue their research on it, and the artificial monsters.
While it's safe for now, the Dragon Torch and Guardians are in a precarious balance. There are worries surrounding its artificial nature.
My take is this. Both mankind and their creations play a role in the ecosystem. If nothing else, nature will always surpass humanity's expectations. This expedition was not seen through without flaw. But so long as there are hunters, we can handle whatever may come.
Alma! Hunter! Is it true? Come on. arc belts. The will to live always finds a way. From one generation to the next. Olivia has returned too. What do you say we stop by the command tent when we get the chance?
You look good. I'm glad to see everyone is doing well. If you haven't heard, we have a distinguished visitor. Shall we meet and discuss our next steps? Good. He's inside. It's always an honor, sir.
Olivia, the pleasure is mine to be in such accomplished company. You've done truly well. I'm also enjoying this return to field work, even if only to serve as the Guild's envoy.
An envoy, sir? Right. For now, we'll be the only ones out here carrying on research. But that doesn't mean the Guild isn't listening. The Professor is here as their representative.
We've been estranged for too long. It's past time we reacquainted ourselves.
Yes, sir. And if there's ever a way I can help with that, I hope you'll let me.
I welcome your insights. As one familiar with both worlds, will you continue to aid Avis Unit?
Yes, sir. Thank you. I'll do my best.
Forgive me for being direct, sir. But what exactly are the Guild's views on the investigation ahead?
We have two priorities. First, investigating the state of the Dragon Torch, absent Zoshia's presence. Second, an accounting of any effects on the local ecology here as a consequence of that change. And the area surrounding Sild. Astrum Unit, namely Eric and Werner, will focus their efforts there. Surveying the other regions is a task for Avis Unit. You've seen more of these lands than anyone.
Understood, sir.
Likewise. We'll see it done.
We'll begin our search in the forest. It should be easy to spot any signs of change in a biome that lush.
Very good. If any of us discovers something, reach out to the others. I'll be counting on you all.
All right, let's get started in the forest. Look around for any signs of change to the ecosystem. Right. But we still don't know what we'll find out there. Nata, you stand by at base camp, just in case.
All right. Please be careful, too.
Then we're off. Just as soon as we've fully prepared. Sorry, I'm excited. Come and speak to me once you're ready to go. Perfect. Then let's begin our investigation.
You help! Red One's big trespass!
Can you describe these red ones?
Many red ones, floppy wings, big fire from beak!
Just going off of that description, I'd be tempted to say she means a Yeon Kutku. But they're normally territorial, so it's kind of odd that so many would gather together. Well, Yeon Kutku do prefer forests, so maybe we've just found our first anomaly.
Firebeak! Many! This way!
Well, I guess she wants us to follow her. I've never seen them together like this before. Yeah, me neither. This may be the natural state of things during the season of plenty.
Say, big trespass!
Right, sorry. So, what's the problem?
Belong to Red Ones! Big importance!
Right, I think we may find some answers if we capture one.
Capture?
Let's mark one with a paintball, and then we
What's
can...
this?
Why would you?
Capture!
She actually hit it.
Crying out. To ensure the safety of our research operation, the Guild authorizes the capture of this Eon Cuckoo! You're up!
I'm up.
Yeon Kutku gathering in unprecedented numbers is a significant development.
Amazing. So much life is coming back.
Yes, we're seeing clear reverberations in both the diversity and quantity of life. Or perhaps a reversion, I should say, to the natural state of things here.
My thoughts as well. All of the energy that Zoshia was siphoning away is free to flow out into the land. And the ecosystem is beginning to rebuild. The other regions may be undergoing similar changes.
Indeed. I ask that you continue your investigation. I leave the choice of destination to you. However, it's not the Dragon Torch, Sild, or the Wyvern's Rest that concerns me. No. I'll have Astrum Unit focus their efforts there a while longer.
These changes may be affecting the villagers. Maybe we could ask them? See if they need help?
Good point. All right, let's head out. I've received word from Fabius. It seems he has something for us. He's asked us to meet him in Suja. Let's go and hear what he has to say.
Thank you for coming.
Did you want to see us about something in this area, sir?
A matter surfaced during my talks with the Ulharken. I've gathered the others as well. Wait here a moment.
The wounded hollow, sir?
Yes. It seems that is their name for a place not far from here.
Indeed, it is a place that beckons to monsters, and people sought to keep them at bay long ago. But effort does not always bear fruit. After the city fell, the Hollow was overrun by monsters, and now it faces change once more.
I take it that's the reason you've called us?
There's been a surge in the monsters visiting the Hollow as of late. though we don't yet know why. Also, I have been informed that there is a site nearby of special significance to your people.
Correct. For us, it is a place of prayer.
A place, then, that you would no doubt want preserved. Considering the likely effects of these changes.
You are curious. Go, observe it as you will. You are not ones to treat life with disregard, nor to take it needlessly.
You have my thanks and my word that we will proceed with all due reverence, madam. Avis Unit, you're to survey the Hollow. We will conduct a separate investigation into the surrounding area. Speak to me again once you have made the necessary preparations. I ask that you go and investigate this wounded Hollow. Make certain you are prepared. Very good. I wish you safe travels, then. And stay on your guard.
So, this is the Wounded Hollow. Yes, these look like defensive structures. There, under Scylla. But hold on a second. Something about it seems... Look at how it's moving. And what's that it's covered in? It matches the symptoms of the frenzy virus. And if that's true, we can't ignore it. Designating the target as a threat in need of immediate intervention. Hunt authorized. Understood.
I see. And now the frenzy of all things.
Do you believe the frenzy virus is here in the Eastlands, sir?
Most likely. And I speak from experience when I say the risks of allowing it to go unchecked are unfathomable.
To your point, sir, our survey of the valley found multiple species of monsters traveling the area.
And any one of them could be the next to wind up infected like our Nursilla. The frenzy virus is among your core areas of study, Professor. What countermeasures do you suggest?
A guild oversight operation here in the Hollow. With the permission of you and the people of Suja, of course. We would not presume otherwise.
Do as you will. Since the events at the Torch, some have begun to pine for our prayer site. It would put my heart at ease to know that you are minding their safety. Though, in this time of long-awaited calm, these new rumblings ring loud. It may not prove easy.
We will heed the warning well. For the time being, I will entrust this matter to my men.
I'm honored, sir. But does that mean you'll be headed elsewhere?
Yes, to tend to our other worry. I will return to the Academy to prepare a response to the virus. That begins with a thorough sample analysis. We need to confirm what it is we're dealing with.
Understood, sir. We'll make a point of checking back here periodically as well.
Please do. Likewise, I will return as soon as I have results to share.
So, Olivia, you found evidence of a phenomenon here too?
I thought this would be of interest to you both. We found traces of a Lalabarina nearby.
A Lalabarina? What is a woodland species doing here?
Not sure, but judging by the traces it left behind, we're dealing with an aberrant case.
So, it's unusual for it to be here. But why is a Lalabarina being here a problem?
You're asking the right question. And the answer is right there in your own words. Think about it.
Oh, I understand! Lalabarina aren't from around here. So, to the Guardians, it looks like an intruder.
Exactly, Nata. Considering their nature and their former function, there's no telling what they'll do.
And this Barina's strong enough to survive outside its natural habitat. Probably not your average bug.
So, are you asking us to investigate?
Correct. Your knowledge of the Guardians and local ecology would be welcome assets, if you're willing.
Of course, we'd be happy to join you.
Thank you all. And please, do be safe.
Let's head for where those Lalabarina traces were found. We may find further clues there. There. That must be it.
Just as I thought. These are clearly not from a Guardian, and most certainly from a Lalabarina. What sort of monster could have made it all the way here? I'm excited already.
Just please, don't go running off alone this time.
I said I was sorry about last time.
We may be getting close now. Stay on your guard as you head in.
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone stop a second. Over there.
Guess we were right.
It is a Lalabarina.
Madame, we can't keep meeting like this.
So, what do you make of it, Eric?
From outward appearances, quite sturdy, a beautifully grown specimen. Quite an impressive collection of surface scars as well. And summary, an individual that's triumphed over an especially harsh struggle for survival.
So a battle-tempered veteran, huh?
Oh, well said indeed. Though, that alone doesn't provide a reason for it being here. Considering it logically, it was most likely...
All right, Eric, fall back.
It's also immediately clear that it is the... It can't be. So why would... No, I'm overcomplicating things.
Eric!
Oh, yes? Did it just... Did I miss it?
Said fall back!
Is that an angina?
Yes, and a Fulgur engine at that.
Incoming! Liable to wake even more Guardians!
Right. both monsters!
Understood.
We're on it!
I'll leave you to it!
This is not...
Guardians awakening. More powerful monsters appearing. These are exciting times!
But where have those monsters been until now?
The energy being pumped out of the Dragon Torch now is pure. This could be a result of that.
Huh. Come to think of it, I noticed the forest had more types of life than before.
Very perceptive. And what effect might a boom in plant and animal diversity have on monsters?
More food for monsters equals more monsters. Which means, more fighting over territory?
Right, which raises the likelihood of exceptionally strong individuals like Arborina emerging.
I get it. Do you think it could be happening elsewhere too, then?
I'd say it's a strong possibility. We'll need to continue our regional investigations.
In that case, I'd appreciate it if you could check in on Eric from time to time.
Please do. However, I'll be relocating to the Scarlet Forest shortly. If we're to understand this newly diverse ecosystem, we'll need to diversify our approach as well.
I'll visit you whenever we go to the forest.
You amaze me, Nata. You have learned much from these people.
Yes. I want to pick up as much as I can, so that I can share it all with you.
Of course. I'd like that as well. Please, good fellows. Look after this boy.
Hey, do you have a minute? We've been researching the ruins at the Ice Shard Cliffs, based on that tip from Rove, but... To cut to the chase, a Blanganga decided the survey team was invading its turf, and attacked. We'd been taking pains not to draw any monsters' attention, but sadly, some of the team were injured.
I see. They may have run into an especially aggressive monster. How are their wounds?
Not too serious, thankfully. The team's safety is my responsibility, but there's only so much I can do.
All right. I'll head there straight away.
Oh, are you sure? I know you have other investigations and requests on your plate.
I'm worried about the team there, but I also want to help out my handler. Let me take care of this for you.
Right! Thank you very much. Thank you for taking care of that Blanganga. I'm doubly sorry for putting my team in danger and then making you clean up the mess. Triply so, considering that Blanganga would have been fine if not for my own carelessness.
I'm confident you'll put those lessons to good use going forward.
Thank you. Now that the team's safety has been secured, we can continue our survey of the ruins. Would you mind if I asked you to join me for a bit? There's something I'd like for you to see.
This from the age of Wyveria?
Yes. These relics are the subject of our current research. And what you protected for us.
I protected these relics?
Well, more specifically, you protected our ability to discover them. The joy of that. Thank you.
Of course. But are you sure you don't want to stay here and join in the survey yourself?
As fascinating as it is, my focus lies elsewhere right now. When you made the decision to slay Xochitl, you protected the entire ecosystem here. Thanks to that, normal life has continued for these people. Our investigation as well. So... I'd like to repay you for that, as your handler. I still have a lot to learn, but I'll do all I can to keep growing.
I have every confidence in you, Alma.
Well, what can I do for you?
Thanks for coming. There was something I wanted to share about the situation here. Give me a minute to pull everyone together.
So, was there some problem?
You know about the eruptions in this area, right? Of the energy that the Guardians feed on?
We do. Energy funneled from the Dragon Torch overflows out of these openings, correct?
That's right. I'm not sure if you've noticed, but they've been going non-stop for a while now.
We still don't know the cause, so don't get any ideas. Wasn't anything I did. But the Guardians are feasting well, I'll tell you that. What that means down the line, we'll have to see.
What worries me most are the ice shard cliffs. The weather there started going wild, just like here.
Understood. We'll prepare for an emergency as we continue our regional investigations.
Thanks. We'll keep a close watch here and do what we can to contain it. As for everywhere else, I'm afraid we have no choice but to continue to rely on your Avis unit.
Not a problem. We're on it.
Let's leave things here to the Astrum unit and continue focusing on weather anomalies.
Hey, thanks for coming. Mr. Satesh said something was strange down below. On the path to Silt, I mean.
Where the wormway was? Alright, I'll get the full story from him.
Alright, I'll go and call him then.
So I hear something unusual is going on underground.
Yes. The deeper you go, the cooler it gets. Strange, no? So I went down further. And it went from cool to cold, unnaturally cold. It was quite unsettling, so I turned back. What in blazes is going on down there? I figured you people might know something.
I see. That definitely qualifies as an anomaly. Let's head down and have a look.
Okay, let's go. Whoa, something this big can freeze solid?
If it's cold enough here for this to happen.
Right. Reports from base camp on the other side say the blizzard there shows no signs of letting up. Details remain unclear, but Jinda Had has been observed in a dangerously agitated state.
So, is that what's causing this?
Maybe. The dominant monster in each region has evolved. Adapting to the climate in their region and drawing strength from the weather phenomena.
Exactly. What we're seeing is likely the synergy of a fierce blizzard and Jinda Had's agitation. More troubling still is how the resulting freeze may be disrupting the flow of energy here.
Now that I think about it, everywhere seems to be in the season of fallow.
The normal flow of energy beyond this point has been blocked. We need to find Jinda Had.
Alright, let's prepare at the Ice Shard Cliffs base camp first.
Rove, you're here.
You seem a little under the weather.
Now that you mention it, Rove, are you alright?
It bites deep, this cold. I dare say deeper still your furless flesh. Even mine cap is no avail. Of late, I am gnawed too by an ill ease I cannot name, a numb malaise, a rank ennui.
That's rather concerning. Your body may just be reaching its limits out in this cold.
We're here to investigate this extreme cold. You should stay here and rest, Rove.
I agree. You can't expect to hunt for relics if your body gives out on you.
A kind offer, if one I hope never to require.
There it is. Jindahad seems even more aggressive than before. It may well be a response to the environment. Slaying authorized for research and containment.
Understood. It's become unfrozen almost as soon as we took care of Jindahad. The Dragon Torch's power is incredible.
Now the energy can flow again. That's good, right?
Well, that's the thinking, but I'm not so sure it's good.
Right. The flow of energy out is still extremely elevated from previous levels.
What do you think will happen now?
I don't know. We'll have to continue investigating to figure that out.
Agreed. Though we are depending on Olivia's team for many of those answers. In the meantime, we should continue to monitor each region for any anomalies.
Right. Let's get to it.
Good timing. Fabius just returned. And not by coincidence, I'm beginning to suspect.
Fabius is here? I wonder if he was able to draw any conclusions from that frenzy sample.
That seems likely, but we still haven't heard the details ourselves. Let's get everyone together.
I apologize for my late return. It seems you all have had your hands full during my absence. Allow me to give my report first.
Did you find anything in that sample from the Wounded Hollow?
Yes. There is no mistaking it. That Nursilla carried a pure strain of frenzy virus. Seeing as this topic is a focus of my research, I intend to assist with this investigation personally.
And it must be dire indeed. Allow me to share what we've learned next. Though it's probably better you see it for yourself. If you would follow me, sir.
Of course. Lead the way. So that serves as a sort of energy network stemming from the Dragon Torch.
That's right. And as you saw on the way here, those energy surges show no sign of slowing.
Perhaps it bears a relation, but essentially all of the East has been experiencing sustained inclemencies.
Then you suspect some sort of link between those anomalies and the Dragon Torch.
Energy spilling out of it, same as here, same as the whole damn region. That explains your weather.
You don't think there isn't a chance that Zoshia was actually keeping the system in balance?
Relax, there's no chance of that. What we're seeing now is clearly a reaction. To what? Who knows?
I see. That's a tidy pile of mysteries set before us. But our job here remains the same. All right. I'll begin my search for traces of Gore Magala. You all return to work, but be ready to act.
Intensifying energy eruptions, paired with weather anomalies across the region, and now a Gore Magala? Complicated issues, but the professor trusts in us, so let's do our part.
Agreed. Should probably start by visiting each base camp. See where we stand.
Good thinking. I leave the destination to you then. So, what was it you wanted to share? That thing. It's just outside the village.
I'll bet it's after the Everforge.
Doesn't look too different, but it's running hot. No time to cool, with the fire spring never ending.
Yeah, and it's not just the Everforge. Whole basin's hot enough to fry a great ape. Maybe that's why the new Uldra's throwing such a fit. Way worse than last time.
But we've got our heads on straight this time. We'll get through this.
Everyone's already working at a fever pitch to keep the Everforge from getting any hotter.
I hope that's not just wishful thinking.
What are you talking about? The three clans are all pitching in. There's no flame we cannot wrangle.
It seems what happened last time sparked some real growth here. It's wonderful to see the clans cooperating with one another like this. Yeah, it made me happy. Gemma and the others taught us how important working together really is. It made me think maybe we could actually take care of the village ourselves. Everyone in Azuz. I'm sure I could feel how passionate everyone was then. And we are! Since the fire spring started, we've all been working with no breaks. Working hard. But I feel like there are some things even hard work can't fix. By swallowing the valley's fire, the black flame has grown way hotter than last time. It's safe to assume it's been affected by sustained exposure to this weather anomaly. Even if we can keep the Everforge in one piece, that monster is something we can't handle. If someone doesn't stop it, it's gonna burn up the whole basin, the Everforge, and all of us. So please, help us.
Don't worry. We will. No objections, Alma?
None. In response to the crisis at hand, the Guild authorizes you to hunt the new Udra.
Understood.
The scout flies are responding. It really is close to the village. Let's hurry! There it is! Right on Azuz's doorstep!
We can't let that thing get any closer.
Right. We stop it.
I'm with you!
Thank blazes you're back in one piece. And thank you for saving the basin and all of us in it.
Let me second that. You've given me cause for a good long think on the meaning of unity. Just like manning the Everforge and smithing work is our wheelhouse, monsters are yours. We should have asked your help sooner. That's another lesson Maki has taught us.
If you wanted to even the score, you could teach me some new techniques. I'm bored of the basics.
You give her an inch and just look. Fine. I'll hammer some smarts into you and Rokul later. But we can't relax until the fire spring subsides. We'll protect this village our own way.
Good. We can rest easy knowing Azuz is in capable hands. Which means we're free to continue looking into these weather anomalies. Take care of each other. What? The forest is filled with water? I suppose the downpour has continued for some time.
Lord of Forest, different. Big angry. More water go whoosh!
You mean Uthduna? But since when have its rampages ever flooded the whole forest?
If it was exposed to a downpour for this long, the impact could be enormous.
That's true. At some point, the non-stop rains will fill the dam upstream to its limits. And if an agitated Uthduna were to run amok in those circumstances, the whole structure could collapse.
Forest danger! Big water! You all run! Lord of Forest, same as Forest itself. Leave to Woodwards. This time, Woodwards help you.
They're going to try to stop Uthduna themselves?
We appreciate the offer, but it's too dangerous. You're willing to help us. We want to help you. How about we cooperate as a team?
Copper 8? Tim?
Right. You, the Woodwards, the Hunter, and myself, all working together. That's a team. And this forest is our team's home. If it's in danger, we work together.
Tim! Copper 8! Good! Big together!
Close enough. I can see what she meant. Letting that roam free with the weather like this is far too dangerous.
Agreed. As an emergency countermeasure, the Guild authorizes you to hunt the Uthduna. Understood.
Then you have quelled the Lord's ragings? Many thanks. The forest is now free of this menace.
Only because you all warned us of the danger so quickly.
The Woodwards also played a big role in this.
Woodwards and Hunter,
Well said. We're so glad to be on the same team. Though, in the meantime, this continued rain must make things difficult for you. Are you concerned?
Worry not. As long as the Lord of the Forest is appeased, the troubles we face are smallish. On topic of smallishness, your puny hovel is in big dangers. Go and worry on that.
Thank you. Your concern is much appreciated.
Right. Let's tell base camp to stay on watch.
And after that, back to our investigation. This weather sure isn't letting up.
Good lucky, Tim! Now trip booty safe and sound.
Let's survey the area. Unless there were some quests you wanted to prioritize? Understood. Let's commence our investigation. It must be a struggle for the people here to go about their daily lives amid this sandstorm.
True. We should go check up on the village.
And Sato. Let's go talk to them.
Greetings. Didn't expect to see you here, especially now.
That's just it. We were concerned about the village.
Are those Doshagama tracks you were looking at?
That is right. I would ask you to listen to what I have to say. Please, come inside.
Then Doshagama have come to the village again?
Don't worry. Everyone was evacuated, so no one came to harm.
I'm relieved to hear it. But judging by the look of things, that isn't the whole story here.
Indeed. We have never experienced the Sand Tide for so long. We were redoubling our patrols as a result, and we sighted a Raydao on a plateau not far out.
Given the circumstances, I'm guessing it was pretty riled up?
You grasp its nature well. Just so. Even from afar, its fury was clear to see.
It was terrifying. So, we evacuated the village before anything happened.
Smart. It's likely the Doshagama were driven out of their own territory and came here.
Which means that until the Raydao is dealt with, the village will remain in danger.
Right. We should get going ASAP.
I am grateful. We will continue to watch this area to ensure no one was left behind.
We'll be all right here. But you be careful out there.
It's close.
I feel it too. I was enraged to the point Sato and Isai could tell from afar. Let's be careful. Target spotted. Excessive agitation confirmed. Raydao hunt authorized. Let's make it safe for the villagers to return home.
Understood.
On behalf of my people, I thank you for this kindness. We are truly grateful.
We can't take all the credit. It was your swift action that led your people to safety.
Well, we learned it from you.
Yes, that we must better understand the monsters we share this land with, and to prepare ourselves.
Quite right. Perhaps that is the shape of harmony, as best we can attain it.
Still, the long fallow now gives way to a sand tide unabating. Is it some ill omen?
Our friends are investigating the cause now, but I'm afraid we still don't fully understand it.
I see. The storm has always given way to new life. Perhaps we have come to take that for granted. I will continue to be vigilant here.
Me too. Please, you all go and do what you must.
Yes, you need not worry about us here. May the winds guide your travels.
Thank you. And take care.
Good, you're here. I have received reports on your agile response to the conditions in each region. Well done.
Professor, that armor... does that mean...
I have a report of my own to offer. I'll explain once everyone is assembled. Avis Unit, Astrum Unit, my apologies for keeping you waiting. Here are my findings. After investigating each region, I have determined this to be the territory of a Gormagala. As evidence of that, we recently took this Wudwud into our care, afflicted by the Frenzy virus.
It's unclear whether a Wudwud's body is capable of weathering the virus. At this rate, he may not...
Furthermore, I've arrived at a theory. The Dragon Torch's excessive output, the lasting weather inclemency. I believe both of these phenomena stem from a single root cause, Gormagala.
What? How? Wait, a virus? Interesting. You're right. The dots are starting to line up.
Fascinating. It's true the virus exacerbates any violent tendencies in its host. Given that, it could be that this excessive energy output is a symptom, or perhaps an immune response.
Yes, yes. And if we're talking infection, that starts to clarify what we're dealing with. This is big. The torch is some kind of organic structure. The damn thing's alive.
My thoughts exactly. And as an organism, it may respond to treatment. I'm sure you follow, Eric?
The antiviral compound you describe in your thesis. We'll need a tissue sample from the infection vector.
You think the Dragon Torch will respond to medicine? And would that same cure work on Rove?
There's hope. If they do share the same affliction, a cure for Rove could perhaps be a cure for both. The first step in testing that is slaying that Gormagala, to stop the virus's further spread. And to collect a tissue sample to derive a cure. Henceforth, that is our primary priority.
Understood. Then we'll hurry back to conduct any final analysis to be ready to treat the torch.
I'll keep a close eye on Rove's condition while examining the sample I took from him.
Good. Hunter, you'll join me in slaying this Gormagala. I've sent my men out to scout its location. Speak to me as soon as you're prepared to depart. All right. Time is our enemy here as much as Gore Magala. Let's hurry to the rendezvous point. Look alive, men! Report!
Sir! We have yet to sight the target.
But something is definitely here.
Form up! It's spread this far. Follow it. You two are their shield! Go!
You've always protected us! Now, it's our turn! Now go!
Rex, calm!
Hurry!
Hang in there! That's an order! There's no escape!
Opportunity strikes.
Good. We'll continue to monitor him, but his condition has stabilized. A success, despite the circumstances. You did well with such limited resources, Eric.
I couldn't have done it without that tissue sample. Not to mention your thesis, sir. I just hope the Dragon Torch responds to it as well as our fuzzy friend.
The Avis unit should be delivering it now. We'll just have to put our faith in Werner and wait.
Amazing. Even I can see the change. Is it taking effect already?
Yes, but as much as I'd like to take the credit, the wyvern milk is what's working most of the magic. If not for it amplifying the effects of the treatment, you'd never see it recover this fast.
That said, another Gormakala could turn up at some point. Are you worried it might happen again?
It's a fair point, but I'm not too concerned. Especially if this thing has organic properties. I'd like to pick Eric's brain about this, but there's a chance it's developed antibodies now. And if the wyvern milk magnifies that resistance too, it'd take a hell of a lot to break through it.
I'm not ready to be quite that optimistic. This thing is still a big unknown, and a threat. Regardless, Werner, continue your research here. I'll be monitoring the area closely as well.
Understood. We'll head outside then. The cycles should return to normal in each region, but I'd like to keep monitoring them.
Thank you for coming. I'm grateful. The egg we found, the one we thought might be from Arkveld, looks like we were right. I went around talking to people to gather what info I could. Scraps from its feeding, bits of eggshell. There's still not very much to go on, but it found a way to live. These creatures, their will to survive. Amazing.
Yeah, especially if it found a way to overcome its nature as a guardian. So, what's troubling you?
Well, people at other base camps were saying the state it's leaving its prey in isn't normal. Duna and New Udra both showed signs of being attacked. And what was left was awful.
I wonder if that means it's unable to control its appetite. Like the one we saw at the Dragon Torch.
I don't know. That's why I asked for Eric's help. I thought we should hear what he has to say together.
How interesting. I had heard talk of that egg as well, so I'm just as excited as you. But this isn't all good news. The fact that it's run roughshod over 2 apex predators troubles me as well.
This sort of sounds like the frenzy to me. Eric, what do you think?
Too difficult to say, but in Arkveld's case specifically, it may not be due to infection. For instance, Nata, are you familiar with the concept of bioconcentration?
No, I'm not.
Right, then I'll explain. This is still just a theory, but it's been on my mind as of late. The frenzy caused an uncontrolled spike in the Dragon Torch's energy output before, right? But it may have been more than just bad weather that caused those apex predators to rampage. Our analysis showed that the virus caused a subtle mutation in the energy the Dragon Torch produced. That means the wyvern milk itself may have come to contain tiny traces of the virus's characteristics.
I'm starting to see where this is heading. Then the mutated energy started flowing out.
Exactly. It gradually tainted the water supply, animals, plants, insects, and onto monsters. If it traveled up the food chain, growing more concentrated at every step, its eventual destination would be the dominant predator of each region. That may be why that Duna and other monsters exhibited such aggression. A sort of pseudo-frenzy.
And then, at the very end of the chain, Arkveld comes and siphons those monsters' energy.
And in so doing, it may be assimilating their traits, essentially distilling the frenzy virus.
And after it finally found the strength to live again, poor thing.
But from the reports we've heard, it sounds as if we're only dealing with one affected individual.
I believe so. And there's been no reports of Rey Dao being attacked yet. This is our chance.
Aren't you? To the wind's gasp, to Rey Dao.
Yes, there's a good chance Arkveld will turn up there.
Could I'd like to come with you, please.
You heard Eric's theory. You know it's too dangerous, Nata.
I'm still just an apprentice hunter. I know. I can't do anything yet. But I'm also a keeper. So, please. It found its way to life. Let me at least watch over it. And over you.
The answer is I don't need someone who's just going to watch. But, given how far you've come, I feel you're capable now of more than that. Don't be a passive observer. Use your head and think for yourself. Promise you'll do that, and you can come.
I will. I promise. Thank you. Okay. I'm ready to leave anytime. Right. Let's go. So am I.
Have you been looking into Arkveld this whole time? Ever since that egg?
I asked around while we were traveling, or while I was helping out at base camp. Whenever you were out in the field, I was trying to piece things together on my own. Sorry.
Don't be. I understand the feeling well. Whatever the undertaking, it all starts from curiosity.
I'm certainly the same way. And this investigation all started from the data you collected, Nata. Quite the achievement.
She's right. It's impressive.
Oh, if you say so, thanks. Did Arkveld do this too?
Not sure. But it doesn't show any signs of being fed on. That rules out Rey Dao.
This looks like the result of one single devastating blow. Let's proceed with caution. The weather's picking up. We should hurry.
Right. The sand tide is gonna put Rey Dao in an agitated state. If it's gonna strike, it'll strike them.
There. Balahara.
Doesn't look like it was dinner either. More like the result of an uncontrollable impulse.
Radau sighted.
This feeling, it's like back then.
Yeah.
It's true.
A reversion to the origin species.
It really did find a way to live.
Get down!
Looks like Eric's worst fears were right.
Please, stop it. For its own sake. We can't leave it like this. The path we must take is clear.
Nata.
You're sure?
If I were a hunter, it's what I would do.
All right.
Alma! Right. The target is an aberrant arcbound. The guild authorizes the hunt.
Understood.
Let's get to it.
Down that easily.
That was unfortunate.
It's okay. Because I know how strong Arkfeld is. There are others like it that found a way to return to what they truly were. One day, they'll find their place and become a part of this world again.
I'm sure they will. Life is a lot more resilient than we humans know.
Yeah, I sure hope so.
Well, let's get to it then.
Huh?
You want to know, right? Let's start investigating.
Yeah, let's go. You in?
Of course I'm in.
Yeah, me too. Let's go!